Congressman Sessions.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. And I want to thank our witness for being here and the conversation that she's having with the committee. Could you please tell me about your visits to the border?
Congressman, I've made one visit to the border. As the director of ORR, my primary responsibility is to the children that are in our care.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. When was that one visit?
It was I started in September. I believe it was October or November.
So you started in September of 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So since September of 2022, you visited the border one time. Where did you visit?
I visited El Paso, and I may add that the border is DHS is.
That's not my question. I'm not trying to expect anything other than the questions that I'm asking you. What did you see when you were there? What was the purpose of your visit?
I wanted to understand the full process that the children that come into our care go through, and I wanted to see firsthand that part of the process.
What were your evaluations of that?
That these children experience an incredible amount of trauma in their journey to the U.S., and it is frightening and scary to be processed and not understand what may be happening to you.
Okay. So these are children, and many times they're with people that may or may not be their actual parents. We've heard stories. I've been to the border 7 or 8 times and heard the stories directly from people who are federal agents and others who've said it is very routine that a person was put with an older person, and then they found out that that was not even their family. They were simply children that came along. I've heard you say today about the extreme conditions that people went through to come illegally to the United States of America. At any point, have you expressed to this administration that the task that you were faced with, the important task of dealing with children, that perhaps what these children are going through, which will be lifelong images of not only disparity, but of disrespect and harm to their lives, was encouraged, aided, and abetted by a policy that the President of the United States and the Democratic Party is encouraging? Have you ever expressed that or thought those ideas?
Congressman, respectfully, my focus has been on the job I was hired to do.
So, in other words, you have no authority or responsibility to report, hey, Mr. Secretary Mayorkas, we are creating a circumstance here that is harmful and destructive to people's future. We've already heard a member of this committee suggest that they should come here and not be able to get jobs, not be able to work. I'm blaming corporations for that. Well, it's hard for me to understand how this administration continues to encourage not only violations of the law, but bring people, millions of people here, and thrust them to the streets. And then we wonder why we have drug epidemics and why we have crime rampant in our country. Just bring them here, let them just sit on the side of the road. This is an embarrassment, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of most people where I represent in Texas, that we are encouraging this behavior. We are encouraging this not only violation of the law, but against the dignity of men and women by encouraging this inducement of this process. So it's my hope that next time when you leave here, that you may go back and say, you know, maybe we're encouraging bad and not just illegal behavior, but things that will harm people's future. I want to thank you for taking time to be here today. I hope you'll consider some of the feedback that this subcommittee offers to you, and I want to thank you for your service. I yield back my time, Mr. Chairman.